Yeah, we got some. I think we got some new tech this past week.
Yeah, I don't know if it was this week or last week, but it shows really good picture. We had Stefan from our church in Toronto, Impact Church in Toronto, said, wow, the picture was perfect on last Sunday.
On Sunday. And Wednesday, too, you can notice it.
Yeah, you really can.
So, I mean, it's worth investing.
Well, when you're doing your ministry is partly in-house and a lot of it's online, you want to make sure you do something really well, which brings me to something for probably a good 6 months or so. We've been focusing on the sound mix for the TriCaster.
Yeah.
But now that we have people in-house, it's kind of trying to find the balance between in-house sound and TriCaster. And so just to let you know, if you're watching on Facebook or something, we are going to try and problem solve to fix the sound on Facebook, Zoom, and everything else. We'll probably have to get a second soundboard.
Yeah, and feel free to let us know, like in the comments section, like, hey, it's a little muffly or whatever.
No, don't let us know.
Don't let us know. Let us know. Just so we can serve you the best way that we can.
Wow, so. Very good.
How was your week?
Good. I had a great cleaning day yesterday.
Yes.
I was so excited. I cleaned out the fireplaces, got all the ashes out.
Oh, you have real fireplaces?
Yeah.
I don't think
we burn real wood.
I don't think I've ever been over while you've real lit that thing.
Yeah. Well, we had to light it while the boiler went down.
Yeah, don't think I was there. Nope.
Yeah, she was there last Christmas Eve for a little bit.
Don't think so.
Yeah. Not this one that just went by, the one before.
Well, it was like 9, it was at 9:30 at night. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't remember. Anyways.
Oh, wow. Too many people in the room.
Isn't it great, though, having a real fireplace?
Oh, I love it. The only, I love a real fire. My difficulty is the smell of fire that lingers in your house.
You don't like it?
No, I hate it.
So at Walmart, you can get like a box of 6 logs, and it's composed of like 100% recycled stuff. But it's great because it burns evenly for 3 hours, and you don't get that kind of like raw wood smell.
Yeah.
Because it's all recycled, but I don't know.
I like the raw wood smell when I'm burning the fireplace. I don't want it when it's lingering for 2 or 3 days later. So we think we need to get a chimney sweep.
Do you have did you just buy a bag of wood or?
No, the former person who lived in our home left a whole wall of wood for us.
Oh, wow. So you're still
all
working
chopped and dried out
still
and
working
everything.
through it.
Yeah, we're still going through it. But it's amazing how much wood you can burn in a night.
Oh,
in
yeah.
just one fireplace.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. And then we burn all that wood and it's a little bag of ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. What else is going on? What'd you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend?
It's still this weekend. I made a pot roast for lunch.
Went for a walk. I did hit up Costco for my grandparents. It was crazy busy. And then I was with them. My grandparents are the best. Even in their old age, still trying to tackle technology and stuff. So usually I get a phone call once a week saying, hey, there's something I can't figure out. Can you come help me? So go over and help.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, you got an interesting quote. Read the quote to us, Madeline.
I liked it. I thought, we talk about language a lot here, and so this quote kind of caught my eye, but it says, language shapes the way we think and determines what we can think about. And that's by Benjamin Lee Whorf.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that quote?
Well, I think it means everything, and then language is very different from one generation to another generation.
Yeah.
For example, you take the word sick.
Yeah.
If I say, oh man, that's sick, to a young person
so
today,
true.
They would say, that's cool, that's really whatever language they use to describe something being really off the hook or something like that. But to a different generation, if I said, that's sick, they would go, what's wrong?
Yeah.
So language does shape everything.
That's so true.
It shapes your images, your pictures, it shapes relationship and everything. Yeah. That's why defining terms when you're in a relationship is so very, very important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. No, I'm just thinking there's a bunch of books and stuff out there that talk about communication codes, where you can say one word and it means something totally different to another person. So it's good. I think, the point of small groups sometimes is to hash out whatever was talked about on Sunday and kind of clear up any language. Like, very good. You know what I mean? Communication, this is what I meant when I said all that fun stuff. So.
And then if you think about communication, the communication cycle, it's the receiver who's in control of the communication cycle. Right. So I could say you look beautiful today, but all of that has to go through your own personal lens and filter experiences and everything else. Yeah. Does she really mean that? What's she looking at? Yeah. Everything. All these things that go on in a nanosecond. Yeah. And so, so communication is a little bit of work. It's like say something, say it back to me, rephrase. Okay, we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, so language and communication is vital in relationships.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For clear communication.
Very cool.
That's good.
Okay, what's happening in today's show?
Well, we've got the church is back open, and so we'll play a video later on. But and then we're probably going to get next steps started up next week. So we'll talk a little bit about what that is.
Yeah.
And then just some testimonies from this past week at midweek service was really, really good. So, but if you're joining us online, welcome.
Good morning. Yeah, we got Joanne Graham on, Lauren on, Mira's watching, Kennard, Isabel, Jeremy, Kathy, Sharon. So we got a lot of people online already. Yeah. I have to say, I really love the pre-service thing. When we get back to church as normal, I hope we can still kind of do this, because I think we'll always have an online audience, but I love this little format. It's like our own little personal talk show.
I wonder if only us enjoys it, but when we were doing the pre-show last week, I was just thinking that one of the main parts of church is to fellowship and just fellowship. How's your week going? And so I was thinking, maybe the pre-show might get cut in half, just because once we no longer wear masks and can kind of mingle, I don't know when that will be, but it's important when people come in a little bit early, people catch up on each other's weeks and stuff, so pre-show might still be happening, might be in another part of the building, and might, only be 15 minutes, but.
Yeah, it's a great way to communicate who we are, what we're doing, and what's new and what's going on, and celebrate kind of the Impact family as well. So we don't always get to do that, because if you take that kind of time in announcements, you chew up too much time. Yes. So having a separate time when you can go over all those things is really fantastic.
Fantastic. So church is open, which church opening comes with some volunteer opportunities.
Really?
We already have people in-house that have been here serving, getting here. The first person gets here at 7:30 in the morning. You don't have to get here at that time, but
I don't know what's going to happen when Ray and Sue move back home up north. Yeah. Pastor Carl, are you going to be the one here at 7:30? It won't be me.
He says maybe.
Madeline, you have to pick me up for church on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But it does take a crew to run, Sunday morning. And so if you're interested in volunteering, there's a bunch of different spots, like front of the house, which means kind of the welcome team, or if you want to even, before people come in the doors, be outside, just welcoming people.
Wiping things down.
Media team, giving station, wiping stuff down.
Children's church, we would like to get children's church going, probably not through the month of March, but we're probably looking into April. So you've got a month now. We really need to build a good volunteer team. We can't actually do or execute children's church without enough volunteers.
That's
because
right.
It's part of our safe place policy to have at least 2 adults in a room with children.
Yeah.
As the standards are right now, and the requests, we can do 15 children per room. So we really need y'all to get back engaged.
Yeah.
Amen.
And even if you're not comfortable with coming inside the building, there are online opportunities, right? Like we have some online ministry team doing kind of the lobby, prayer team, as well as just commenting, interacting with the people that are commenting online. So there's a bunch of opportunities. So you can comment in the comment section right now and let us know, hey, I'm interested in volunteering. We can hook you up.
Yeah. So media team, how about we pull up the picture for our next steps, and we're going to explain a little bit about next steps for those of you who are watching online and hope to come again, and those of you who are going to be in-house. Let's explain next steps to everybody, Madeline.
So I think Next Steps we had started, in 2020. So it was a little bit newer as we were kicking off. And it actually was
fantastic.
It was fantastic, super successful. And it's super short. What it is, it's a 4-week kind of, I don't want to call it program, but 20-minute sessions right after church. Mm-hmm. And if you're a new guest, and even if you're newer to Impact, but we recommend anybody going through it. And you can jump in any week. So if it's your first week and we happen to be in week 3, totally okay. You can hop into week 3, then you'll do 4, 1, and 2.
Yeah.
And so what
it kind of covers who are we, who are you, how to connect, and we're better together. Mm-hmm. And so we just do 20-minute little snap of who Impact Church is, who Pastor Carl and I are. And then we want to give you an opportunity to discover who you are in the context of doing church with us, how to connect, and that we can actually do everything better together.
Yeah, and it's really great because I think Zach came up with everybody loves doing personality tests, and so we've, incorporated that on getting to know you better. And, just with everything moving virtually, we will have next steps available virtually as well. And so if you're watching online and it's your first time or you're new, pop in 20 minutes after service and then
it's really great.
Run through it.
Yeah, and we'll do it on Zoom and we'll have a host and it's great.
Yeah, even if you're a regular impactor, I think we came up with that word, hey, impactor.
Yeah, I really...
What, you don't like it?
Why don't you like it? I don't know. When I think of impactor, I think of bowel problems. I don't know why.
Bowel problems?
Bowel. Oh, bowel. I don't know why. When I hear that word impactor, I think of, blocked bowels.
Like, I don't know where that connection happens.
I don't know either.
That's like Canadians, but you're impactors.
Well, that's the whole thing about language.
Yeah,
you say impactors, I think of blocked bowels.
Impactor, just someone who's you've been coming to Impact. It's your home for a bit. Everyone welcome to come to Next Step. So. Okay,
let's pull up the picture of Oliver doing his baking for Valentine's.
Yeah. So it's we talked about this last week a little bit, but for Valentine's Day, Kelly had sent out a family package, and inside was kind of a family experience. And we had given them a box of cake and some icing with some other Valentine's Day fun, Play-Doh, candy. And so Kelly had just said, bake, take a picture, and then send it or post it and hashtag Impact Church LDN.
Yeah.
London.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. And I know Kelly's got some fun stuff coming up for St. Patty's Day.
And it's been very difficult to stay connected with families, and we're doing our utmost to try and help the children stay connected and families stay connected. So I really appreciate Kelly, and generally it's you and George who help her out, trying to find ways to encourage the children, do videos for the children, have special events for the children. So, but I just can't wait. We were out somewhere and I saw one of the children who's a regular in the nursery or was a regular in the nursery, and it looked like she'd grown 6 inches, and she went from being a little toddler baby to like an actual person with like plenty of attitude.
Actual person.
And I couldn't believe the change that had happened in 1 year. So when we all get back together, I think we'll be shocked when we see all the children together and the exponential growth and change that's happened in the kids.
Yeah, kids grow really quick overnight.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So this is the last Sunday in February. And so I'd like you to pull up the picture for us, media team, about our communion service that we did. I think it was in June, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah. I think it was June 7th of last year. Just for communion, we had a dialogue just between different families and races, and what it looks like to come around a table. And it's, again, reminding me of Kelly's Monday morning moments of just the conversations that happen around the table.
Yeah.
And I really love what Pastor Carl said. He said that before we got doctrine, we got a table. And it wasn't a monologue, but it was a dialogue.
I know, I love that. I love that that Jesus spent a lot of time around a table with his friends.
Yeah.
And with different people. He was always at the table eating food. And so I love that, the most important thing was bringing people around the table with him where the dialogue actually happened. You read through the Gospels and there's, this guy asking this question of Jesus and Jesus responding. And then there's a little bit of, interaction between the disciples, and you get to glimpse in at their, jockeying for position and everything. So I love that, the doctrine came much later.
Yeah.
But the table came first.
It was about family.
Yeah.
And so just, I know this is the last day in February, but just that the conversation wouldn't end after February, but as a family, conversation is always a dialogue happening all the time and all year long.
Yeah, we take 1 month to kind of celebrate Black History Month, but we should be celebrating diversity and inclusiveness every single day of the year, especially as believers. That should be a priority for us. And and you're right. I pray that this isn't a conversation and not something we talk about just once a year, but it's something that's an ongoing conversation, ongoing dialogue. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. All right, small groups. Let's talk about some of the small groups, Madeline.
Yeah, it was super fun. So last Wednesday, we went to some youth's door, knocked, and just had dropped off a bunch of books, a white piece of paper, and a glue stick, and we just kind of sat together on Zoom for an hour from 7 to 8. Actually, at 8:30, they were having such a good time, just putting together kind of like a 2020 vision board.
Yeah, very good.
And it was really good.
Where'd you get all the books?
Went to
like a Value
stores.
Village?
Yeah, because those are open now.
Yeah.
So And it was good. It was a lot of fun. And so the youth are going to be meeting up again in person. Not sure if we're going to start this week, but it will be a meeting every week live at 7 p.m. So that'll be good.
So if you're watching online and you hear a little bit of mumbling behind the scenes and this ambient noise, it's really exciting because we actually I think we have 93 people signed up for church today. So we're really, really excited.
Oh my gosh, is that Rennie?
Yeah.
My gosh, welcome back. Rennie was in India.
Oh, wow. That's really, really great.
His family,
I think that's him. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it could be. All right, so we have small groups happening Tuesday night. We have a live presentation on Wednesday night, which I absolutely love. We do prayer and prophetic ministry and healing and praying for people. You can send your prayer requests in and we'll pray right away. So I love the Wednesday night presentation. It's absolutely fantastic. We have a small group on Thursday evening. We have a small group Friday afternoon. And then we have youth and young adults conversations on Friday nights. So there is stuff happening.
But Pastor Cheryl, your women's group,
yes,
something that was happening in the fall every other Tuesday, and you guys, your team put together kind of a collection of articles.
Yeah,
and so every other Tuesday,
being a woman in the 21st century and dealing with sexism in the church, sexism at work, and things like that. So it was really a great group. Really good conversation.
And so I think you had taken a break and we're just really intentionally thinking about what do we want to do next for the women's group?
Yeah, so we are going to start up the women's group the next cycle around. And so if you're a part of that or want to be a part of that, I'd kind of like to get your feel on how you feel about every Tuesday, or would you like to keep it to every other Tuesday? So the book that we're going to be using is Brene Brown, The Gift of Imperfection. I've been reading some of it already, and she's a writer, a research professor at the University of Houston Graduate College, and got her master's, I think, in social work. And so she is really a great author, and I just love that. Let go of who you think you're supposed to be and embrace who you really are.
Yeah.
And so it's not necessarily like, it's not a Christian author. It's actually, she's a secular author, but it's a really, really fantastic book. Zach told me he reads this book twice a year.
That's good.
And so you'll hear us quote Brene Brown quite often in a sermon when we're talking about relationships and stuff going on. So I am totally pumped about this. I started reading it. I stinking love it. And I can see Deborah giving me the thumbs up. Have you read it, Deborah?
Have you read it? Yeah. It's good. Yeah,
I'm excited too. It's really good, and Zach was telling me you got to be careful that it can sound kind of self-helpy, but the other time we need a little bit of help.
Well, I've read a couple of her books, and when I read it, I just am like, oh, this is God's unconditional love, essentially, like at the core. So, but just on the topic of small groups, so we're open for midweek service, but there was such a great testimony last Wednesday, and I just thought we'd pulled the clip because it was really, really good.
Okay.
So if the media team wants to play.
For the service last Wednesday?
Hey, tell me about James. You had a small group last night, and this is James Graham. You know, I just love James. And since we met James, I mean, I met James maybe about 3-4 months ago. I don't know, maybe more. It's hard. I'm just losing track of time in the pandemic.
Yeah, true. True. So
the days, weeks, months
it is
running
Wednesday,
into themselves.
right?
It is Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've just so enjoyed James. I mean, when I first met him, we're praying for him. He's 4th stage lung cancer, not a good outlook, and was just basically, you know, let's clean up my life a little bit before I meet my maker kind of a thing. And but we just started to pray for him, and you guys have ministered to him a lot in your small group on Tuesdays. It's been such a joy to see such a transformation in his life. Wow. What happened this week? Because I know we prayed for him last week because he was having some tests. Tell me about this.
So he had great news to share. He had cancer in his right lung and his left lung, and I believe it was the one of the two. I think it was the left lung that is now cancer. Like the spots is all gone. There's nothing in the one lung, and the tumor in the other lung was shrunk by 1/6. So we're praying for the other 5/6 to go, but that's great news.
Wow, that's a fantastic video. I was really, really excited about that.
Isn't that
really
so cool?
great? And if you've got a healing testimony, you need to let us know, because the body needs to know that God's still the healer. Amen?
Amen.
Amen.
And you can let us know, on our website under prayer. People have posted their testimonies there. But we are open on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. And so if you want to join, we kick it off with a couple songs of worship and then, a little bit of teaching, but really mainly focusing on sharing testimonies, praying for people, some prophetic words sometimes.
Yeah, words of knowledge, things like that. So if you get a word of knowledge or someone, announces a word of knowledge, that's so that you can capitalize on the healing presence of Jesus that's in the room and in the place at that time, and just grab that healing for yourself. Amen?
Yeah, and you don't have to sign up. So, but if you would like to sign up for the other groups going on, like the women's group that's going to be starting up, if you visit our website under the Connect tab, you'll scroll down, you'll see small groups.
Yeah.
You click that and you'll see all the options that are available.
Yeah, and so we'll start that women's group up next cycle. So we have actually purchased 15 of these books already, and so you can stop by the church anytime and grab your book, or it might be available ebook if you're kind of joining us from somewhere far away. And I was looking in the Facebook feed, and I just want to say happy birthday to Amanda Millick. It's her birthday this week, so she's Miss Amanda. It's so great having Amanda in the small groups and interacting all the time. She's such a lovely kid. Okay, Impact Church is open.
Yeah, Impact Church is open. And why don't we play the reopening guidelines?
Yeah, let's
do you want to do that?
A reopening guideline video, because we just want you to be aware.
Hello and welcome to Impact Church. We're reopening. We're so glad you've joined us. If you would like to register, we would love for you to go to impactlondon.ca and click Save a Seat.
Sunday morning services will start at 10 a.m. and the doors will open 15 minutes prior. You're welcome to wait in your car.
Thank you for maintaining physical distancing all the way from the lineup to your safe seat.
Masks are mandatory, and if you don't have a mask, we will be happy to provide you one.
We have multiple sanitizing stations throughout the building when you come in, at the washrooms, and on your way out.
And the ushers will help you find a seat, and you can bring all of your belongings there with you.
We do have an entrance and exit route, so we'd love for you to follow it when you enter and when you exit, and that does include the restrooms.
All children's ministry will be closed for the time being, but we will have activity bags at the door for them.
The cafe will be closed at this time.
You can still watch online on Facebook and on YouTube.
We are looking forward to having an amazing time with you on Sunday mornings.
See you then.
We are looking forward to having an amazing time this morning.
Yeah. So I'm sure we're all used to the mask, so let's keep our masks on as much as possible. And if someone's trying to help you and give you directions, please just be, amenable to them, because they're just trying to help us follow our protocols for being open during a COVID season. And we want to stay open and we want to see faces. So that's really important to us.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see faces.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? When I see people lined up, 6 feet apart at the back, I just go, oh my gosh, there's people coming in. I haven't seen faces and live bodies in so long.
And we do have an overflow room, and so if you're last minute thinking about coming in, come on in.
Yeah, because if you're wondering how many people we can have in the room, we can have 30% of our capacity, and the room will hold close to 400 people.
Yes.
So we've kind of set this room up at like 90 to 100 people.
Yeah.
And then we do have an overflow room in the multi-purpose room. Just go outside and to the left, or one of the
Look at that shot.
We'll
Keep that shot
show
up
you
for
where
a
it
bit.
is. And then and the chairs are spaced out there as well. So when you are exiting after service day, just want to make sure that you go out through that door and try and just make sure you maintain a little bit of like 6 feet of space.
Yes.
That'd be really good. Hey, Rebecca, it's good to see you. I see Sherry, Terry. I think I see the Jurassics over there. Oh, I see Sandra and Doug. Good to see you guys. And Jacqueline. And, I feel like, it's time to have my little romper room mirror. Do you remember Romper Room, or are you two? Anybody in the house remember Romper Room? Okay, we are totally dating
everybody.
ourselves. Jen, you're too young to remember Romper Room.
She says, oh, I remember.
Yeah, I see Jimmy and I see Susie.
How long does that go on for?
I don't know.
Long time?
Anyways, all right, so we're moving eventually.
Yes, we are moving.
Yeah, I think Pastor Carl will share a little bit more about that. We had a lease arrangement for the Zellers, and then they changed the lease on us, which was really irritating, because they're the ones who helped us draft the LOI, the letter of intent, and then they changed everything on us, and so we had to rethink everything. So that was a bit of a drag. So we're back to the drawing board, and we don't really know what will happen yet, but we do know that we've got this place secured until September, because the new buyer was having a difficulty getting his permits as well.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you posted. and we'll make sure that we're all taken care of.
Oh my gosh, speaking of Amanda, she's in the house.
Oh, Amanda Millick is in the house. Amanda!
But if you're a new guest to Impact Church in-house this morning, we're super happy you're here, and a big
Super
welcome.
happy.
I'm super happy
And
you're here.
hopefully you got one of those welcome bags.
Yes, so
Hopefully the team back there is doing their job.
we are a well-oiled machine here.
Yeah.
So
Did
if
I cut you off again?
No, that's okay. Yes, but there is a black bag, goodie bag for you that you can pick up, and inside you'll find a Connect card. If you want to fill it out, and then on your way out, there's a bucket. You can just drop it in there, and we love to follow up with you. And if you're watching online and you're a newer guest, we've created a virtual guest card because we still want to make sure that we're reaching you too. And so Connect card on the front page of our website, you just fill it out.
So I should say something about the tax receipts. I've had a few of them come back because we have the wrong addresses on file for people. So if you haven't had or received your tax receipt yet, just let me know. And just indicate whether we've got the correct address or not. And we can reissue that, print it off, and all of that kind of good stuff. Because I did see a few in the folder. I think I saw Judson and Murray's, and I had to redo their address or something. So
if they're in-house.
So if you're watching online, you want to know how to give, you can give online. We have a donate button. We can go through PayPal. We do e-transfers, or you can do the old-fashioned way. Just drop it off in the mail or come on in.
Call Zach.
Call Zach. He likes to pick up.
He will come pick up your tithes.
Yeah. Call Zach.
Well, we are in week 3 of our sermon series, Uncomplicated, which is, it's a relationship series, just bringing godly clarity to our relational complexity.
Yeah, we'll have a really good one today. Pastor Carl's talking about Hosea, so that should be fun. The prophet Hosea and his crazy metaphorical life choices.
Did you get the sermon yesterday?
Yeah.
Probably
I got it this morning.
Hear the whole.
I got it this morning.
Oh, you got it this morning while you're getting ready.
Well, we were going somewhere last night, so we were kind of going over and rehashing what he was going to preach about. So I kind of had a little bit of an indication. Hello, beautiful.
So by the time you hear it on Sunday morning, you could probably
re-preach it. Well, I kind of got the idea. I read the book that he was going to be talking about, and so I kind of, I should be able to just wing it off the cuff with Pastor Carl. I have been a Christian for a long time, and I have read my Bible a few times, so I should be able to interact without having to have a lot of notice. However, I've discovered that I'm now acting like Pastor Carl and giving people who have things to do in the service a last-minute notice, because Zach found out this morning that he had to do offering teaching.
Oh,
anyways,
that's great.
So we're at 9:58 and service is going to start in 2 minutes. So we just want to turn this over to roll our countdown and give the worship team an opportunity to get set. So God bless you all. We're going to have a really fantastic morning, and so good to see all these faces in-house. Good job.